Hi friends, this is Luca Berton and I'm here to present to you my latest creation. This wonderful hands-on Ansible automation book. I'm super proud about this book because it's something that I really would like to create for a long time. As you can see, this is not a one-day read, and I was trying to distill everything that I know about Ansible inside this book. Let me first of all clarify that this book was designed for people that would like to learn Ansible from the beginning, or for some expert that would like to update their knowledge about Ansible. So the purpose is just there are wonderful books in the market about Ansible. However, they were created like 5-6 years ago when Ansible was on the rise, and they are lacking some information, especially after the 2.9 transition. We're talking about since Ansible 2.10, everything changed, especially with the introduction of the Ansible collection, and they are kind of like adding this part of the book, but not like designing everything around the collection. This book was created with this intent in mind. This is why the first section is just installing, the first chapter is just installing Ansible, and then we are going to explore more about the Ansible architecture, how they build a collaboration. And let me also show you exactly that there are a lot of code inside of this book. This is the best part of learning. I have always this kind of stuff. You know me for the Ansible pilot project, and I always try to add a practicality. So first of all, first chapter is introduction, that is clarify how the data center is moving from a traditional data center to like a kind of infrastructure, and how important it is for the business nowadays. Then chapter 2 is about Ansible basic and core concept, everything about how to create an inventory, how to create a playbook, a variable, the loop, the facts, all these basic concepts that are very powerful and very important. Then on chapter 3 we are moving to extending Ansible capability, how we can use Ansible Vault for encrypting the information, how we can use handler, role and collection. All these concepts are exemplified described with example code. What I'm really proud is the following chapter. So after building the foundation about the language, we're moving on with something spicy, something that really meaty part of the book is about managing Linux system with Ansible. And specifically, I know that sometimes it's hard for a new learner try to understand how to create a new file, because we need to use the Ansible built-in copy module. That is not so easy, especially if you navigate the wonderful manual that is so wide, and sometimes you get confused. Okay, I was trying to distill the most useful task day to day. So in chapter 4, managing Linux system with Ansible, chapter 5, automating Windows infrastructure with Ansible. So the same thing, like creating user, listing a file, managing directory, all these tasks that are repeatedly and we can automate easily are inside the book. Now chapter 7 is the most fun part, how to scale up with Ansible Enterprise. But before going there, we need to move to chapter 6, that is actually Ansible troubleshooting of the deployment. All the nasty error code that you can find out, and the most common, and the troubleshoot process. The troubleshoot is most important because sooner or later your code was gonna fail, and if you're not equipped with the right tools to understand the error, understand the dynamic behind Ansible, you can spend hours trying to understand. So I was putting everything inside about the most common error. So then I was saying Ansible Enterprise. So I'm referring obviously to the Ansible automation platform, but also some interesting alternative like Ansible Semaphore, ARI, and XLab Spotter is a great tool for troubleshooting your code and to spot possible error and security issue. What else? Oh, I'm so proud about the advanced Ansible technique. That is how to integrate with third-party application, and the most common things like integrating with API, with Kubernetes, and the latest trend. I'm talking about event-driven Ansible as well as the Ansible Generative AI, Ansible Lightspeed. So everything is distilled inside this lovely book. As you can see, it's very common, it's very nice, with a lot of screenshots, a lot of code, a lot of examples, so everybody can read and use like a reference. The idea is just having a handbook, like a guide that you can understand, and the best part is by the end there is some question and answer to test your knowledge, so you can be ready for your journey. Even also you can prepare for an interview. And I think this is a great tool. As you can see, this book is published with a different publisher. I partnered with BPB, that is a company based in New Delhi, because I know most of you are based in India, and was a big request from you to try to lower the price, higher the quality, and give you a best tool. So it's available worldwide on all the shop worldwide. I'm referring to Amazon, referring to the most common bookshop where the book are sold nowadays. And I know it seems so vintage, buy a book in 2023, but I'm so proud about this stuff, because it is still all the knowledge that I learned with Ansible pilot project, about my career. I'm working every day with Ansible, and a lot of new comers in the team ask me what is the best way to upskill myself. So this book was designed for them and also for you. I can't wait to hear your success story with Ansible and your honest feedback about the book. Thank you so much. Bye.